I can't believe it's Christmas time. Where is the year we left behind? We're talking Chris Stamey Group Christmas time. Hit it. It was 1985. Voltron debuted in America, The Goonies was in theaters, and Chris Stamey and Friends released a cool Christmas album a few times. I'm your host, Jerry D, with another episode of Totally Rad Christmas, the podcast that talks all things Christmas in the 80s. Toys, movies, specials, music, and fads. If it was gnarly during Christmas in the 80s, we got it covered. Now, joining me are two Totally Rad Christmas All-Stars and Ratty winners. My first guest you'll know from Sounds of Christmas, it's Ken Kessler. Ken, how's it going?
That's me.
It is you. This is a Jerry Davila group and friends.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to talking about this because I've loved this album and its many incarnations since it first came out for a long time. So this will be fun.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad you're here. This is a good one. It's one I discovered later. Like I didn't find this one until about 10 years ago, but yeah, it's good. It's good. And my next guest, you'll know, is a host of Holly Jolly Xmasu. It's Scott Leopold. Scott, what's happening?
Hey, Jerry, how's it going?
I'm all right.
Like Ken, I have really loved this album and all its incarnations for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So I think when you first mentioned it, I believe my response was, "You'd better have me on." So
I think that's right. I think that's right. Well, I'm glad. I love talking music with you guys. You're music guys. You're also Christmas music guys, which makes it even more special because you know all the deep cuts and everything. It's really fantastic. So it's good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a crazy season so far for me, crazy year. So it's great to see some familiar faces, and I'm excited to talk this one. But before we do, just like Carol Kane did to Bill Murray and Scrooged, I want you to hit me with the toaster. So I'll ask you a few questions and just hit me with the first answer you think of. Okay, you don't have to think too hard about it. So let's say that Chris Stamey is Scrooge. Recast the ghosts of Christmas, so past, present, and future, with Adam Ant, Michael Stipe, and Billy Idol.
Okay, Adam Ant, the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Okay.
Billy Idol's got to be future.
Okay. That works. Michael Stipe is the Ghost of Christmas Present. That kind of works too. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see. I tell you what, though, I really want to see this movie.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, man. Yeah. So what other rock band or artist would you like to hear on this album? Because, you know, they release one of these every like 10, 15 years or so. So on this next one, on this next one, what other band would you like to hear? Or artist? It doesn't have to be a full band.
That hasn't been on any of them.
Right.
Well, they had Michael Mills on, the re-recording of Jesus Christ. So if they could pull together, at least get Michael Stipe, maybe the rest of REM for the next one, that might be fun.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool. I'm trying to think of artists from that era that would fit. Because I love Billy Idol, but Billy Idol didn't really fit with this.
No.
Yeah, everybody I come up with, Chris Stamey and the DBBs were a North Carolina band, and I grew up in North Carolina.
Nice.
So I think about a lot of, like, Dave Adams from Glass Moon would fit in this, but I don't know if a lot of your audience would know who Dave and Glass Moon are. You know what? Look them up.
I was going to say, I don't know if a lot of the audience knows who Chris Stamey or the DBs are either.
Fair enough. But I think about that. I think about maybe the guys in Nantucket, which is another band that, outside of North Carolina, maybe people don't know. They should. Nantucket had a giant monster hit in the 70s called Heartbreaker. and you would know it if you heard it. Okay, so Jerry's audience, I'm giving you some homework. Go find the Glass Moon record and Nantucket, and I think they're all streaming. So go ahead, go do that, and then report back.
Yeah, check it out for sure. Okay, and finally, this album includes a spin on the classic Deck the Halls, right? Which other Christmas carol do you wish they could have included on this album?
The first.
Yeah, we'll talk
the first release.
The first, yeah.
The Grinch, although the only law that Santa Claus understood kind of
it's a little
fits. Yeah.
See, and that's tough because I like the originals on these albums so much better than the covers. So it's hard to pick something I'd want to hear them cover when the original songs are just, I mean, those are all the highlights for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the originals are terrific on these.
They really are.
On all of them.
Yeah, and it's a shame that it just got buried. Like, no one really knows anything about this album. Mainstream. I mean, like, no one knows these songs, really. It's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, that's just a way for our listeners to get to know y'all a little bit better. So thank you for that. Now, tonight, we're here to talk about Chris Stamey and the dBs or decibels, however you want to say it, and Friends. We're talking their album Christmas Time. What do you guys remember about this Christmas Time again? All the millions of versions of it, because there's been like 4 or 5 different versions. So what's your experience with it? We'll start with you, Scott.
So I didn't really have a lot of knowledge about it until I think it was Randy at Hip Christmas mentioned it one year. And I had heard Christmas Time. I think somebody had like shared it out in in like a compilation. And when I read about it on Hip Christmas, I was just fascinated. And at the time, I wasn't really buying a lot of physical media. So I decided, I was going to go out and find copies of every single song on the album, only to find that at the time, that was a much harder task than what it sounds like. I think the third release was available to purchase digitally, but none of the others were. And a couple of the songs, especially on the 1993 release, what was it? I'm Always Touched by Your Presence, Dear. At the time, you could even find like YouTube videos of it. So I spent years trying to track down copies of every song from every release of the album, and finally just said, to heck with this. I'm just buying them all. So in the process, I found out that, a couple of the songs he had released prior to Christmas Time. So, in result, I've got his 1983, Chris Stamey's 1983 album, It's a Wonderful Life. I've got his 1984 EP, Instant Excitement, and then the single of Christmas Time. And just last night, I found out that there is a 12-inch single of, what's the song? Give me one second. I don't remember it. Yeah, Winter of Love. That was released in the UK. It has another version of It's a Wonderful Life. So I should have that early next week.
Oh, nice.
So it's only taken me 10 or 15 years, but I will finally have all of his Christmas. All of his Christmas releases. Yeah.
What about you, Ken?
Well, I was in college at NC State in Raleigh when this came out, and it was a local thing. So the local rock station was playing Christmas Time. I am pretty sure that I heard a couple other tracks just in listening to it again recently. I'm pretty sure they played Sha La La and It's a Wonderful Life. and I listened to The Only Law That Santa Claus Understood, which I probably haven't heard since 1985, 86, something like that. Instantly brought back memories, though. I knew it, but I just haven't heard it in a very long time, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But Christmas time, I don't know, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I feel like it was a local hit that it got a lot of airplay on North Carolina radio stations, at least the ones that were close to Raleigh. And I'm always surprised because it was so ubiquitous in December. I'm always surprised when I come across somebody who hasn't heard it before. And I just, how could you not have heard that? But I'm, a Christmas music weirdo, so there's a lot of songs that probably fall into that category.
I'm sure there are literally thousands that you've heard that most haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. How could you not have heard all of these?
That's right. Yeah, this is one, I don't remember it from the 80s. I didn't find this one out till about, like I said, close to 10 years ago. Maybe it might have been 11 or 12. I don't even remember how I found it. I think I was just searching for different versions of Deck the Halls, and I came across Sha La La, and it's Deck the Halls-ish. And from there just discovered the whole album, and then went and downloaded it, and then discovered that there was like a ton of different versions of the album. And, and we're going to talk about them. I really want to get into the first, the first EP really, but then we're going to talk about the others because they've expanded, like they've taken some tracks off and added like 5 to 7 more. So I think the first one only had 7, it's expanded to like 12 or 17, something like that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They've added on all these tracks that are also really good. It's funny that they keep doing this and taking different tracks off, and it just makes me wonder, like, why didn't they just add, like, why take away? They could have just been extra songs, but I guess it's just to keep it fresh and new and different. Maybe the flow of the whole album wasn't great, keeping the entire album together with the new songs. I don't know, but yeah, this has been there's been quite a few iterations of this album, and I gotta say, I agree with both of you. This one is really good. It's the songs. I don't even know what genre I'd put it in. It's like this weird alternative, slightly B-52s meets REM meets the 60s vibe going on. I don't even know how I would describe it, except just to say like alternative, or something.
Yeah, it's like 80s alternative rock.
Yeah. And
even the stuff that came out 10 years ago.
Right. They're all, and that's what I like. It all fits together very well, I think. Like each one of these just really, really works. So Chris Stamey, of course, an American singer, songwriter, producer. He actually produced quite a few things, and guitarist. Helped pioneer, according to Wikipedia, the power pop and jangle pop movement of the late 70s and early 80s. I got to say, jangle pop was not a term that I was super familiar with. Had y'all heard that before?
I have, but only recently, like in the last 10 years or so. They refer to a lot of the alternative 80s acts that broke through and made it big as jangle pop. I don't know what distinguishes it from jangle pop or just alt rock. I except that the jangle pop records made money. Maybe that's
it could
that's
be
the key.
That's the deciding factor there. Yeah. So yeah, but so in 1978, he co-founded the DBs, or the Decibels, however you want to say it, in New York with Peter Holsapple, Will Rigby, and Gene Holder. They blended, and maybe this is kind of a jangle pop thing, Beatles and Kinks-inspired melodies, like the Byrds-style guitars. There was a little bit of like the new wave kind of feel to it, a little bit of southern rock as well, all kind of blended into this one sound that's just really, really distinctive, especially on this album that we're going to talk about here. But even in the DB's albums themselves, you can hear this influence. I mean, like I said, to me, I heard a little bit of REM in there as well. So maybe they inspired them or is just drawn from like the same kind of vibe. I don't know, but it definitely you can hear like some of the musical tissue is very similar. And then they were never really commercial stars, right? Like
Yeah.
they had stands for decibels in 81, repercussions 82, and apparently those are classics of the that particular genre, but most mainstream folks again just never really heard it. I don't remember a ton of them on MTV or anything like that. So I think the alt rock title fits very, very well. So yeah, he left in 83 and he kind of had his own solo artist career and became a producer. And then occasionally, as we'll see, he reunites with the DBs for some of these ventures, including a whole bunch of Christmas albums. That's the same album. So let's dive right into it here. Let's start. So we can get into there's the precursor stuff, but I want to just start right 1985, right? Christmas time, the original EP. It's a 7-song vinyl that's officially, I believe it's credited to Chris Stamey Group with special guests, the DBs. I think that's like the official title of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a cool album, man. I mean, there's all the original songs are really great. There's really only one cover that I can think of, but there's a few like It's a Wonderful Life where they do kind of play some other melodies of traditional Christmas carols as well. So you do have like that through line, but most of it is just original music that I think is very, very good. And I think if they had played it, I mean, heck, MTV played Joe King Carrasco, right? Like, why wouldn't they have played these guys? but, like they were really trying to make him a thing, and it didn't quite take. but but I think they could have played this, and I think it would have fit in just as good with their other Christmas lineups and some of the Christmas shows that they did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and are there any videos from this album? Which I've never even bothered looking that up.
The only thing I've ever found on YouTube is just like the cover of the album, the still cover while the song plays underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there ever were videos, but
I don't remember any.
Because 85, when we covered MTV, I think that was Three Ships. John Anderson's Three Ships was a video that year with the really, really bad special effects.
Yeah.
the cardboard spaceship or whatever it was.
That is something special.
That's another album we got to cover. That's a good one too. So, first thoughts overall of this album. Like what are your overall just musical thoughts on it?
I remember when this came out and I had the record, and my initial reaction was that, where's the rest of it? Because there were like 3 or 4 songs on each side, and that was it.
Right.
And Christmas songs aren't usually very long anyway.
Right.
But that first track, Christmas Time, that just, that made it all worth it. And this wasn't, because of when this came out, wasn't this on a CD? It was just a record. There may have been cassettes, but this 6-7 track EP was the only way that you could get it. And CDs were just coming into being a real thing. But I was really glad when the Christmas Time, I don't think they called it Christmas Time again yet in the 90s when it came out, but that one was available on CD. So that was nice to finally get those like that. But I probably wore that thing out or close to it.
Yeah, and the first time the first time I listened to it was not the original mini album.
Oh, okay.
The first one I listened to, I think, was the first Christmas Time Again. So when I finally got the original vinyl, and honestly, I think I got it from Japan, listening to it all the way through the first time, I just it made me appreciate those songs all that much more, because except for maybe the only law that Santa Claus understood. They all
go
together, man, so well.
That one's grown on me a lot. The first time I heard it, I thought, what? But yeah, it's really grown on me.
That's the one I'm always surprised has made it through every single iteration of this album.
I think
I had forgotten all about it. Yeah. I had forgotten all about that song until I was listening to it recently, the latest album that's streaming, just to sort of refresh my memory of it for this episode. And when that song started, I laughed out loud. I just hadn't heard it in so long, and it's just I'm kind of glad in a way that it somehow made it from version to version to version.
Yeah,
because it's just it's iconic. However you want to take it, it really is.
No, it really. You're right. Like when you first hear it, at least for me, when I first heard it, my first thought was, "What the heck am I listening to? Like this doesn't belong on this album." But the more I've listened to it, the more I realize it really does. It really does belong on it. Yeah. And like I said, it's grown on me. We'll get into it. But I'm kind of like you. So first time I heard it, overall, I thought it was mostly. It really did mesh well. I thought the structure of the tracks, the way they picked them, was really great. I also probably heard the 1993 one first before I heard this one, and then the Christmas Time Again, and then I think there's Christmas Time Again with an exclamation point was the second one, right? Something like that. So they just keep adding, and so I'm ready for the next one. It's like you said, we're due for it, so we got to get these guys going.
Well, and I saw an interview with him a couple years ago where somebody pointed out, hey, coming up on 10 years, where's the next one?
That's right.
And he had kind of a coy answer, didn't really rule it out. So I'm hoping, he's still got time to announce it by the end of the year.
Hey, sure. Even if it takes 11, I'll be okay. Mm-hmm. So this first one, like we said, has 7 songs. It's Christmas Time, the opener. We'll get into it in a little bit. I'll just read the track list here real quick. Something Came Over Me, The Only Law That Santa Claus Understood, Sha-La-La, or Deck the Hall, Sha-La-La, Snow Is Falling, You're What I Want for Christmas, and It's a Wonderful Life. So, Christmas Time, right? Opening track, it's named after it, or the eponymous, or whatever it's called, not eponymous. I don't know. It's the album's named after this track here. It really is bright. The guitars have like a little twang to it, so there's got to be some chorus and reverb on it. Maybe even like what do they call, like the slapback echo a little bit probably on it. And it's just like this poppy original tune. It's kind of upbeat. I think it's got Stamey and Holsapple singing it, right? They're singing harmonies as they're going through the whole time. It's just, I really like it, and it's really infectious and hooky to me. Like the hook really catches me in that refrain. Time stands still at Christmas, always will at Christmas. How we feel at Christmas, time stands still.
And it does have that Birds kind of quality. Mm-hmm. The Birds being the 60s group, not like Animals.
Right.
But it just does. It has the fun guitar licks, it has the harmonies, and it's just what a great song to open the record on.
Yeah.
And I keep calling it a record because it was. Mm-hmm. It was
right.
It was vinyl. It was a record.
Right. That's all you can get to it.
Yeah. Well, and I forget how many total songs have come out across the albums, but of all the songs on all the iterations of the album, Christmas Time's easily my favorite.
Yeah, I really like it too. I really do. And it's just even the words, right? So it's like, I can't believe it's Christmas time. Where's the year we left behind? And it says, the summer went so fast, the fall went roaring past, and we watched it disappear. And like, isn't that the feeling though? Every time we get into the Christmas season, it's like, wow, we're in Christmas already. Like, what happened? And right now we're like right smack dab in the middle of summer. We're having 100-degree, 100+ degree temperatures here, and man, I'm ready for it to go by fast, honestly, because it's hot, and I'd rather it be not.
And you're still, but it's the time of year that, and I mean now is the time of year that Christmas things are starting to pop into the stores. Save your emails, everybody. Record labels and singers and bands are starting to announce their Christmas tours, new Christmas releases that are coming. That's starting to all trickle out, and it's going to snowball. And before you know it, we're going to be in December.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's my busy season. I work at, selling Christmas lights. So when September hits, it's like go time.
Yeah.
But even just like it says, time stands still at Christmas, always will at Christmas. And it kind of does. But also, I feel like as we get older, it does go by faster and faster. So I remember as a kid, like we were on Christmas break and it felt like forever before we got to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And it was so long, but that it did kind of feel like time was standing still. Nowadays, we get a few days off and then we have to be back in at work. So it's so fast. It's so fast. So I wish time would stand still at Christmas.
Yeah.
Now it stands still for about, a morning.
It's true. You're right.
Yeah. 30, 40 minutes.
You're totally right. So that's the first track. Then we move on to Something Came Over Me. And this is a nice one, right? It's like melodic. It's kind of bittersweet a little bit, but also like there's nice pop arrangements with the guitars. And I don't know. This is another one that I don't think you can find it on any of the newer digital downloads of it, right? I don't think it's on Christmas Time Again or Christmas Time Again.
No, I don't. I know that Chris Stamey reworked it, and it has been on. Was on his album Fireworks in the 90s. It was probably, I think it was on something else recently. I don't know if that's why it hasn't been on the other Christmas releases. I was kind of surprised. Was kind of surprised that for whatever reason got taken off and didn't show up on the other ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Because it's a good song. It really is. I do like Christmas Time better, personally. I think that one it starts the album off nice. And then this is a good seg, because after this, we get the fun one, the only law that Santa Claus understood. And I love this version of Santa as like this gambling, like gunslinger. I mean, that's fun. That's like a Texas Santa right there. Wild West Santa. Oh, it's great.
It's a dusty western street in old Abilene. He's got black boots on his feet and a smirk that's mighty mean. He swaggers down the main drag, his 6-gun strapped to his hip, and every man, woman, and child knows he won't take no lip. Cause he's Santa Claus. Oh, baby. Oh, don't make me throw away my guns. Well, Santa knows there's a man in town and he's got a lot of money in his sack. And Claus has gambled away most of his pay. He'd like to win a
So this is like it's in the line of, oh gosh, how would I put this? It's kind of like Ghost Riders in the Sky a little bit, right? It's got that kind of driving, the gallopy kind of rhythm. And then it's got like this spoken word almost. It's not quite spoken word, but it's like a Sprechstimme almost, where they kind of sing like a song speech as he's telling the tale of Santa Claus. And oh man, it's out there. But the more I listen to it, the more I kind of like it. I gotta say, it's just
Johnny Cash could have done that.
He could have. Oh, that would have been great if he had put that on his album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, I think this was, if I read correctly, they had gone out, I guess, was it Ted Lyons, I think was his name, or I don't remember, but Tim Lyons, I don't remember what his name. But anyway, they were all gonna leave for the night. He's like, oh, I kind of have something. And so then when they came back the next day, he had the whole thing done, like ready for, just to be put on the album. He stayed all night and worked on this this thing. And it's got the nice like instrumentation, but it's just that driving rhythm, that galloping sense that just kind of gives it that extra special Western feel.
I don't mean to keep like dumping on this song because it's funny and fun, but can you imagine the next morning when everybody came in the studio and Ted goes, check out what I made.
And everybody's looking at each other like, do you want to tell him? No, you tell him. No. Yeah, it's great, man. But they included it because they thought it was so quirky and different, and it makes sense. I mean, that really is like what alt rock is about, right? I mean, that's like the whole driving force is something different, and it's not mainstream. It has its own character. This one's definitely unique, I will say that.
And it's been on every single one of these compilations.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It just doesn't go away.
I was going to say something about it appeals to Chris Stamey. So,
yeah, it must, right? Because he's like, let's put it back in. Let's put it back in.
Randy over at Hip Christmas had likened this album to the Phil Spector Christmas album. And I don't see that. I mean, it's a whole bunch of different people doing songs, but that for me is kind of where the similarity ends. I mean, I feel like that's it. And no offense, Randy, you know, if you've got more to say on it, I'll be glad to talk to you about it. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I just feel like this is they're largely originals or original adjacent with Shalala, but
right.
And it's Chris Stamey and friends, and it's not this group or that group. And in fact, if you listen to the latest one streaming, it doesn't tell you what song Marshall Crenshaw is singing or what song anybody else is that has sort of joined up for this. It's all just Chris Stamey, the DBs, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't do that. And but it is just kind of like a Christmas party. And I don't feel like the Phil Spector one was.
Yeah. I think the Phil Spector one, the orchestrations in general were tighter and more consistent throughout the entire album, right? Whereas this one, there are big differences between song to song. This one almost feels more like a compilation album rather than like an album from like one group or one producer. And I think that's the difference, at least to me. Like I can hear the connective tissue between songs, but also you really have to like pay attention, because if you don't, seriously, you hear Sha La La and then you hear The Only Law That Santa Claus Understood, and it's like these two don't belong on the same album. But they're little things like in the guitars that it's like, well, maybe they do belong on the same album.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got, most of the songs have something of a similar vibe to them, just not quite the same cohesive sound that the Phil Spector album has.
Right.
Yeah, you could see these guys hanging out in the studio going, "Hey, let's try this," and
Yeah,
playing
totally.
something, or I've got half of the song. What do you guys think? And them figuring it all out, and that didn't happen with Phil Spector's. It was all every note was
right. I'm sure it was actually
figured out
arranged.
before.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
I'm not trying to say that this one is sloppy or anything like that. It's a completely different style.
yeah. No. I mean, I agree. The musicianship is actually on point. Like they're very
Yeah.
good musicians, but it does feel like this was just more experimentation and just like, hey, let's just have fun. Why don't you record this? Let's see what happens. And then once they got it, they're like, all right, let's knock that track down. I like that. Let's try that. You know, where for sure the Phil Spector and was very much, on point the whole time. It was like, we're doing it this way, and that's how it's gonna be.
Right.
Now the funny thing is after this like, Western style gunslinging Santa, outlaw Santa, whatever you want to call him, we get Sha La La, sung by Kathy Harrington. And it does feel, this one has a 60s vibe, I think the most out of all of them to me. A lot of it is because of the drums, that doom, ba, ba, doom, ba, almost like that thing you do from,
Yeah.
the movie, it's got that very similar drum style. I do like it. I like the harmonies on Sha La La. It is funny that, and I guess to reinforce the 60ness, they changed Fa La 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 to Sha La La. And, that to me is very like doo-woppy, Motown, just the Sha for some reason, just changes the whole vibe of it. And maybe that inspired her to write it, to arrange it in this particular way. Of course, they also change a few lyrics here and there, but so it's not like the exact Deck the Hall song. The melody is a little bit different as well. It's a cool little thing. And really, to me, this is the most, one of the most infectious songs. Like this is the one that gets stuck in my head. The Sha La La part. Man, if I hear it, it's stuck in my head for like a week afterwards. Just, just that Sha La 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 La. So,
yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks on this. On
mine
the
too.
EP.
I do love it. Yeah, yeah, and I think she sings it really well, also. All right, so after that, we get to Snow is Falling. This is one that again is really, it's very different because you have this nice upbeat, like we're talking about, fun, poppy, you can bounce to it, it's a real danceable kind of song. And then we get to Snow is Falling, which is like atmospheric. There's like that bass ostinato that plays through the entire thing, her lead vocal kind of doubling the guitar towards the end, and really she's just singing Snow is Falling. It's real dreamy, like quiet and meditative, but driving because of that same bass ostinato, so it's real repetitive. This is another one that to me is just in stark contrast to what we heard before. And so it's fun. It's a nice track and it's cool because of the way that it flows, but also it's just like, whoa, it's very jarring. Like, oh, what happened to this? We were just having fun and now it's real spooky and meditative.
Yeah, well, and I really like this one. I mean,
Yeah.
It's one of those that, listening to all the albums over the last few nights, there weren't too many that I skipped over, but this is one I definitely listened to all the way through every time it came on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, I agree. And there's something about it, right? It's hypnotic almost because of that that bass, and an ostinato, listeners, if you don't know, is just a repeating pattern. So a riff can be an ostinato, but typically it's just a little short motif that's repeated over and over again. And so in this case, it's the bass line just doing the same thing throughout the entire song. And it is very hypnotic. It kind of just lulls you into it, and you're just like, oh, that's interesting. And then the guitar with its like bends and crescendos and decrescendos as well. It's really, really dreamy.
See, and I guess Falling Snow kind of lends itself to songs like that. I mean, you've got this, you've got Snowfall, you've got Snowflake by Pebbles and Bam Bam. No, they'll have kind of a similar vibe to them.
That's right. Oh man. Then we get to You're What I Want for Christmas. Another one that's real again, so like upbeat, slow, upbeat, right? This one's another like playful, harmony-filled original. Same thing. It's like these poppy melodies, but like the romantic sentiment. And this one has Ted, Kathy, Chris. I mean, the guitar solo is just there. But I like how it starts off with like this a synth brass, right? Because they didn't have horns. It's like those Casio horn sounds, just a little bit better, like not quite Fairlight, but not quite Casio. It's like right in between. And it's just this nice little chromatic thing. But the guitar, what he's playing, it has a very B-52s style riff, I thought. Like it sounded very similar to like the Love Shack riff, I thought. And so, yeah, I like this one too. I do.
This is another one that I'm glad showed up on all of the versions of this album. And I feel like I keep saying that, and there's only one track on this EP that didn't.
That isn't right.
Because they all kept showing up. But yeah, it's always every version of this album, I get to You're What I Want for Christmas, and it's like an old friend that I'm so glad this is on there. And it's stuck between songs that I didn't know before. Well, okay, on Christmas time again, I think it's after Oh Holy Night. Little familiar with that song, but You're What I Want for Christmas. That it's just stuck in, and I'm not expecting it, but there it is, and it's a fun song, and I'm glad it's always included on those releases, re-releases. Whatever I don't know what we're calling them, but versions.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to call it, because it's a re-release, but not really, right? Because even the
reworking,
yeah, that's a good one. Because even the attribution is different. It's not just Chris Stamey Group. Now it's like Chris Stamey and Friends, and then it's so. But reworking works for sure. I will say I do like It's a Wonderful Life. So this is one that, Scott, you alluded to, was actually from a previous album, right?
Yeah, and the curious thing is the previous one is, I mean, despite the title, you wouldn't think that it's a Christmas song because there's no real Christmas motif in the music. At least in this, he throws in green sleeves.
He does, right?
Halfway through.
Right.
But it's same melody, same song. It just doesn't have the the obvious Christmas connection that it does on this album.
Right, except the title. It's a Wonderful Life, yeah. And so in this version, it's an instrumental. It's mostly acoustic guitar. Later on, towards the end of the song, they start piling on some of the other instruments. But it's finger picked. There's a lot of harmonics in there. There's a few minor keys, a few pedal points. And then, like, suddenly, as we get into this disjointed kind of dissonant section, he resolves it and starts playing like you said, Green Sleeves, also known as What Child Is This? So it that kind of ties it into the Christmas, and then of course the title, It's a Wonderful Life. So it's nice. It's really just soft and reflective, and I kind of want to learn how to play it. I've never sat down and just tried to figure it out, but I kind of want to now.
um, Neither of you may know the answer to this, but I'm curious because I don't remember. Is the version of It's a Wonderful Life that was on this first EP, is it the same on the other ones? The other re-releases, not on his solo stuff?
That's a good question. I don't know, because typically if it was on one, then I just kind of assumed it was the same, and I skipped it.
I think it is.
Okay.
I didn't notice any real differences listening the last couple nights, except listening to the original recording of it. I'm pretty sure it's the same throughout the Christmas time releases.
Yeah. Well, so that's like the whole EP, right? 1993 comes around, and they release this expanded CD, Christmas time. It's now 17 tracks. He brought along a few other of his friends, and this is the first version I heard, so I really like this one. But there's songs on here that I really like. Holiday Spirit.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorites, and it's dumb, but I love it. It's just, I got that holiday spirit. Gimme, 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 gimme. And it's just real fast. So just
I've got that holiday spirit. Living, 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 living. I've got that holiday spirit. Giving, 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 giving. I went on a shopping spree. I wanna be your Christmas tree. Watch me change from red to green to red.
Man, it's great, because as a kid, that was me. I loved it. I was all about, hey, it's Christmas time, we're getting presents. So yeah, this hit a little too close to home, I gotta say. What's interesting though, what was it? Was it in 87 that they had on Just in Time for Christmas, they had a track, Home for the Holidays? Or was that on the 1990 version? I don't remember which one, but it wasn't included on any of these albums, were they?
Yeah, I think it's on the.
Or is it? Is it on the last?
Yeah, it's
one?
it's on the.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
One.
Yeah, I do see it. Okay.
I think it was on the next one too.
Well, I like that one too. That's a good one also. Oh man, Jesus Christ, that Big Star song. Well, the live version of it is another one of my favorites. I'd forgotten that they had sung it, and when the Monkees did it, I remember being like, wow, this is great, fantastic, and then I'd completely forgotten that they had done this version before and that it was new. So I went back and listened to it, and it's still great. The intro, it's like this, it has this crazy intro, and then they get into it, and it's just a great song. Same thing, kind of has like the 60s Flower Child vibe with that guitar. And the tone that it's got, the real tenory, trebly guitar.
Yeah, and that, I don't know how. Somehow I was familiar with that long before I was familiar with the Christmas time albums. And I don't know if somebody shared it out like back in the early 2000s or something. It's just a song that I had in my library somehow. I just have no clue when or where I downloaded it. But it was one I listened to like semi-regularly before I found out about Christmas time.
I gotcha.
Now, that was this particular version?
I couldn't tell you because I think I deleted the other download when I finally got this.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It has been covered a few times. I think REM actually put it out as one of their fan club Christmas songs. I'm not sure. I know this showed up on the most recent version of this album with featuring Mike Mills from REM, and I'm not sure if that's the same as their fan club single or not. I should have checked that before I came here. But I know there have been a couple other covers, but it's never been a big song that everybody covers Last Christmas and All I Want for Christmas is You.
Big time.
But you rarely hear anybody doing this one.
But it's a good song. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's really catchy. It's great melodies, great harmonies. And that's what, again, what bugs me about it is that there's really good songs on this album and like nobody really knows about them. Now, I will say, as a little boy from South Texas, Hispanic boy, they do a disservice in Feliz Navidad. That's the one song that's like, oh, that's hard to hear. I played it for my 14-year-old daughter, and she was like, oh, that was rough.
That's the one that they sort of combined with Oh Holy Night or something.
Yeah, that's the one.
I forget which.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a choice. And I think this was the only album that appeared on. I don't remember that showing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, it might have been on the Christmas Time Again. But yeah, so they expanded they cover even more traditional songs, right? So we get Oh Holy Night, like we talked about. We get Silver Bells. Of course, we talked about Feliz Navidad. So there's more of these like traditional Christmas carols and Christmas songs that they're starting to cover. And more of their friends that weren't involved in the first one as well. I do like this longer version. There's 17 tracks. I don't remember Occasional Shivers. That's the one that every time I look at the title, I can never remember what the song sounds like. But most of these I really like and enjoy. I think they're all pretty great songs.
Yeah, well, and again, I'd have to play it again to remember Occasional Shivers, but it actually was the B-side to the single release of Christmas Time, which was a slightly remixed version than the one on the original album.
Oh, so, wow. Okay.
Not a big difference, just kind of slight. But I think that also appeared on, I'd have to go back and look. I thought it appeared on one of his other albums also. I think
you're
have
right,
that.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think you are right.
Yeah, I think it's been on a couple of his albums in the last 10 or 15 years.
Mm-hmm. We also get the Christmas Song by Alex Chilton, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next version was 2006 with Christmas Time Again. Now it's 20 different tracks, or 21, depending on which edition you're looking at. Instead of Christmas Time, it was called Christmas Time Again, no exclamation point.
Spoiler.
That's right. They include I Saw Three Ships by Don Dixon. I like Marshall Crenshaw's song. Also, It's Going to Be a Lonely Christmas. That was a good one. Which, by the way, Marshall Crenshaw, I thought was a good ad. I thought he kind of fit the vibe of the, of this whole album.
Yeah, Don Dixon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also get Whiskey Town sung a song.
I really like that one. That's and listen to these last few nights. It's the first time I've listened to all of these songs together for the first time in several years. And I had somehow completely forgotten about Houses on the Hill. And that's when I really, from the last two iterations of the album, I really enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. And finally, in 2015, we got Christmas Time Again, exclamation point, or Christmas Time Again, however you want to say it. And this was an Omnivore Recordings issue. And it was remastered with, again, more bonus material. It was, I think, supposed to be improved sound quality, and I think you can hear it a little bit. And we get some more of their friends, like Skylar. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Gudash. I don't know. But Yo La Tengo has some songs. Birds and Arrows. I don't know anything about Birds and Arrows. Like, there's some people on here that I've never heard of before, but I kind of still enjoy their music, so I can't complain. Is there any that stood out to you from this version here?
Well, for me, obviously, The Sounds of Christmas. Skylar's song in there.
Right.
I can't help it. I when this came out, The Sounds of Christmas Station had been on for 9 or 10 seasons. So this was a real treat. That there are a handful of songs that have been recorded over the years that use that as a title. It's kind of an obvious one, but that a new one came out, I couldn't help it. I was like, all right, yeah. Here's another version of The Sounds of Christmas. Terrific.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
See, and the one that really stands out to me on this one is The Day Before Boxing Day by Robin Hitchcock, just because it is so weird.
It's a great title too, right?
Uh-huh.
Because, in talking with some of my British guests or British listeners, Boxing Day in a way is almost more important than Christmas Day because they typically have it off. Like all the stress of like hosting Christmas is gone. They're just kind of enjoying the time off and, eating the tasty treats and watching stuff on TV and just relaxing. So in a way, the day before Boxing Day actually is kind of an apt name. I really, it's great. Yeah. I don't really think for me, I don't really recall one that stood out to me on this. I mean, they were all great. I don't remember one that really kind of, was like, oh, I love that one.
I don't know. So many, I think about this latest version of this album, and there's so many tracks that I have loved from previous versions.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to, look at the new ones. I think they covered the Harry Nilsson song, Remember Christmas.
Oh, yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
And that one, it's not really a Christmas song. I don't want to, I mean, if it's a Christmas song to you, that's fine. I don't want to, it's the whole Die Hard thing again, but
right.
But I
right?
just didn't get it as the song that closes out the album.
Mm-hmm.
And no offense, I like the song. I love Harry Nilsson. I think they did a fine job covering this. I just didn't quite get it as the close of this album.
Yeah.
See, and that's part of why I'm surprised that, I'd mentioned his earlier albums previously. He's got a song, Winter of Love, which it's not a Christmas song, but it would fit in just as well as a lot of what shows up on these albums. So I'm really surprised that he hasn't included it at some point. Which then again, maybe this year or next year.
That's true. We're coming up. Chris, if you're listening, Kathy, come on, get this thing done.
Yeah. Christmas time again with 2 exclamation points.
Christmas time again.
Yes.
See, but the way the way the record industry is now, or music industry, if he comes out with one this year, there's going to be the deluxe version the next year, and then the really deluxe version 2 years after that.
Right, the extended edition and then the deluxe, right?
Well, and the Target version.
That's kind of.
I guess that's what it is, right? That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of what these are, except that there's not, as far as I know, an exclusive version at Target that has an extra song that you can only get from Target.
It's like a pharmaceutical company. Yeah, it's like a pharmaceutical company where you tweak the formula just a tiny bit so you can patent it again.
Yeah, an Amazon exclusive track or something.
Right. Oh man.
See, and I never buy those exclusives, but if he comes out with a new one and he does that, just because I've got all the others, I would have to get them.
I probably would too, honestly.
Yeah.
So I do got to say, if you could actually perform one of these songs, like if you were a member of the band or his group of friends and had to do one of these, which one would you do?
Because of my lack of singing ability.
But you're a drummer, so you could.
Oh, if I didn't have to sing it, Christmas Time or Holiday Spirit. Yeah. If I had to sing it, The Only Law That Santa Claus Understood.
That's right.
See, it's a tough choice for me. I'd go with either Christmas Time or Jesus Christ.
Hmm. Jesus Christ would be my pick, probably, but I feel like I'd have to redo Feliz Navidad. I, I feel like my mom would get mad at me if I didn't do that one or something. Oh man, what would you guys say is your happiest like memory or moment with these albums?
I honestly, when you had to cancel last week because I hadn't gotten the single in the mail yet, and I was hoping to have every single physical release by the time we recorded this, and and it arrived the very next day.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I found out about the UK single. So
12-inch, yeah.
But at least now I've that the songs on that may not be entirely Christmas, but I have everything now. I've got the single, I've got the albums, I got the older albums, so I'm pretty darn happy.
You're set, yeah. Completed the Infinity Gauntlet.
I think I've got a few. I haven't when the record came out in the middle of the 80s, there just weren't a lot of Christmas albums that came out every year. So it really was something special. There's a lot. I'm not sorry that there's a lot of Christmas music today, not by any stretch of the imagination, but there's tons of it that comes out now.
Right.
But
right.
in the mid 80s, that just wasn't the case. You could probably count on maybe on both your hands, sometimes on just one hand, the number of Christmas albums that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that may seem unbelievable to somebody today, but back then, I mean, Christmas Time was a significant release because there just wasn't a lot of Christmas albums. And then to me, it was also kind of a local thing. So I felt like I'm, supporting the home team. So there's that. And then kind of selfishly, and I hope this doesn't make me sound like a jerk, but when the 2006 version came out, I was on MySpace and I was getting ready to launch The Sounds of Christmas the next year. And I connected with Don Dixon and he sent me I Saw Three Ships and his version of the Christmas song. And that was just so cool to me.
That is cool.
That I knew him from, he was in a band called Arrogance, and I knew him from his solo stuff. And he has worked with so many different singers and bands. And it was so cool that there was this thing called MySpace that I would be able to connect with Don Dixon and not just, connect that, okay, I'll accept your friend request and you accept mine and whatever, but that he actually took the time to send me these songs, the MP3s, through email. That was just really cool. So that's just one of my favorite tracks on the Christmas Time Again and the Christmas Time Again ! Just because he had sent that to me. So it's something special. And I know that not a lot of people get that opportunity to connect with the artist, whether it's somebody that is hugely well known like Taylor Swift or somebody that you just happen to be a fan of and happen to like what they do. That was just really cool. So that's just a great memory for me. And that song is, because of all of that, highlight for me.
That's cool. I mean, that's super cool. Yeah, for me, I think it would be 2 years ago, maybe, when my youngest was 5. Yeah, I think it was when she was 5. But we were in the car and she was singing Deck the Halls, and I said, "Oh, I got a song for you." So I put on Sha La La, and they sing it a few times, and then she started singing along with it, and I'll never forget, the cute little munchkin voice, still a little out of tune, but super sweet, just singing along to Sha La La. Just, it was great as we were driving in the car trying to take her to school, and my oldest was just rolling her eyes, and I mean, you know how they are. It was good times.
I love it when an artist takes a well-known Christmas song and kind of makes it their own, tweaks it here and there. I know there are a lot of people who don't like that, who want the same thing, but it's kind of like the Commodores, after Lionel Richie had left, did a Christmas album around 1990, maybe a year or two later, and they did a version of Deck the Halls where it's just the syncopation is much different. And I just think, oh, that's so cool that you've taken this song that I've heard 1,000 times before at least, and it's always the same, and here's something that's different. And I felt the same way about Sha-La-La. I guess I probably felt that way first because that came out a few years before that. But I just thought that was so great that they took this song and kind of made it their own thing.
No, I like that too. So, I'm huge into jazz, and in jazz, there's lots of improv. So, especially in like the 40s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, you get a lot of like that crooner style and Bing Crosby, where, it's kind of influenced by some of that jazz technique. So, when I heard Bing Crosby's version of Jingle Bells with the Andrews Sisters for the first time, I remember just loving it because, it's different from like the way we would just sing Jingle Bells at school, or just very jingle bells, really just choppy. And he swings, he lays back, and that's kind of how I felt. Same with this version of Sha-La-La. It's different. And my wife is one of those people you're talking about that no, she wants it the right way. It's got to be exactly, but not me. I'm like you. I like the spin on it. Now, normally we do a segment called Gag Me with the Spoon here. There's nothing really for us to impersonate. So we're going to do a little Home Alone inspired segment I call A, 2, and D. And this is where we list our top 3 favorite songs from any of these releases. So they don't have to be from the original. It can be from any of the albums here. So whoever wants to go first, let's hear your top 3 songs.
Okay, I'll go. I have 5, but
that works too.
Okay, I was going to throw out 2 of them because I've talked about them a bunch, but okay. Christmas Time is the top one, and Sha-La-La.
Nice.
That's 1 and 2. Home for the Holidays.
That's so good. Yeah.
Don Dixon's I Saw 3 Ships. And I'm not going to apologize. The Sounds of Christmas.
You shouldn't have to apologize. No.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. So several of those might be in my top as well.
See, and I've got to go with Christmas Time as my favorite.
Yeah.
Second would be Jesus Christ, just because I've liked that song for so long.
Yeah.
And the third one, I'm going to go with I'm Always Touched by Your Presence, Dear, just because it took me so long to get a copy of that. And it wasn't until I bought the 1993 CD that I was able to actually hear it.
Yeah.
I did at one point, I found it might have been like a clip on MySpace of her doing a live performance of it, but it was only like 30 seconds of the song. And it was definitely not from the album. So that one's got like a special place for me. So I'll include that as my third favorite.
Have you ever heard Blondie's version of that?
Yes.
Okay. It's almost a different song.
Oh yeah.
It's like we're saying, you put your own spin on it. Those are all very good. So mine are, I think we're just going to be repeating ourselves. My top one is Sha-La-La, followed by Christmas Time. So very similar. And then Jesus Christ is number 3. But if I had to go number 4, it would probably be Holiday Spirit. It's just something about it. Every time I hear it, it makes me laugh. And it's just so great. But G.I. Joe taught us that knowing is half the battle. What do you guys think the other half is?
Always return to a good thing.
Nice.
Oh, the other half is obviously the only law that Santa Claus understood.
Oh, those are both better than mine. Yeah, I just thought if no one's half the battle, the other half was just re-releases. So, or I guess reworkings is what we decided. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. Tell me about your shows. Anything you want to plug? Why don't we start with you, Ken?
I'm right now on the Sounds of Christmas Station, I am wrapping up the second half of our A to Z event for Christmas in July. We started July playing almost every song in our library in alphabetical order by title. And then once that finished, we've been going through by artist. And this year, it will take almost the entire month of July.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going to happen next year, but we'll see. And this year is going to be the 20th season for the Sounds of Christmas. I've already been contacted by some artists who I contacted first
right.
about coming back to support us in this season. And
That's cool.
And yeah, so that's really neat. This is going to be fun. And I've got some special shows coming up, but time is, like we were talking about earlier, suddenly it's going to be in the middle of December. So I'm going to try and get them out.
But time stands still at Christmas.
Yes, but by then it's too late.
Yeah, it's true. Good point. Sorry to interrupt. I couldn't resist.
No, that's okay. The podcast has been, it's kind of the off season, so I haven't had as many episodes as I certainly do in November and December.
Mm-hmm.
So that will start picking up again soon. And if you like Halloween music, on October 1st, we switch it to the Sounds of Halloween, and it's all Halloween music. So,
yep. Good stuff.
And that'll be here before you know it, too.
Definitely. Scott?
My long-running hiatus is trudging on. I thought I was going to have some free time once summer started to hopefully get something out in July, and that has not happened. I literally have not had a single day of downtime the entire summer.
Ooh.
So I'm hoping that when school starts back up, I might have some free time, and hopefully I can get something going, if not before, then by December. So
Right on. I still got to get you on to talk about that Hote song, or not Hote, Bowie? That Bowie song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been nuts, but I got a message from someone the other day asking me about my podcast, and I was like, I've got to get something done. So we'll see.
I understand. I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Life keeps lifing.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, go check out the back catalog. There's some fun episodes there, and you'll hear some music you've never heard anywhere else. And definitely check out Sounds of Christmas, because I love the variety. That's the best part about the whole thing. It's great. You'll hear some amazing things as well that you've never heard, or things that you might not have heard in a long time. So you got to check those out for sure. Guys, this was fun. Thanks again. This was a blast.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks. This is always the highlight of my week for me. So,
well, I don't know about all that, but thank you. I do appreciate it. And on that note, I'll end it with, let's get together for a Christmas carol. Sha-la, la, 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 la. Check us out on our social media pages, which you can find at linktree.com/totallyradchristmas. And if you're feeling like Santa Claus, understanding the law of a pointed gun, leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us reach more people and spread some rad holiday cheer. Now, don't forget to check out our merch shop on tpublic.com and our super dope website, totallyradchristmas.com. Gimme, 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 gimme. Later, dudes.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz